I did do the transformation that I had planned. They came in and they were so excited. Me and my kids snuck outside and took a really quick snow picture because we don't get snow that often. Anytime I have something that might be a little bit difficult for my students, I'll try to make it into a song. Kiki, what's the time now? Do you know how to read the clock? The shorthand tells the hour. Every kid got it. Like, I nailed this. Hey guys, it is Tuesday actually. I know I have been starting these vlogs on Sunday, but if you watched my last vlog, you know that over the weekend I was in Knoxville visiting some family, and actually I didn't get sick in Knoxville. I was already sick starting on Thursday last week. If you saw that vlog, I kind of mentioned it and I was right. So Sunday it was just terrible and we actually ended up getting stuck in Knoxville. My husband's car, he had to replace like the lock, like some kind of cylinder, because his car was not turning on. So we had to drive like 3 hours from Knoxville. He had to borrow someone's car to get me back to Murfreesboro where our dog is, and then he went up the next day, which was Monday. He got the part, he fixed his car, and then he came back, and I actually didn't go to school yesterday because I was sick, and I decided that I was going to take that day off, and it wasn't really an easy choice for me, especially being a first-year teacher. You know, you want to spend as much time as possible in the classroom with your kids, and I really was planning on going to school even though I was feeling terrible. I just thought, you know, I have Monday planned already. I have this really fun bakery activity that I want to do. I have an observation on Friday. We might have snow days. Like, I just don't want to miss Monday. But then I talked to my team and they said I really need to stay home. Michelle from Apples and ABCs, her YouTube video was like screaming in my ear telling me to stay home, and so I stayed home and I do not regret it. I took like huge naps. My body just needed sleep. I also posted on Instagram, and if you're not following me on Instagram, hop on over. We have lots of fun over there. You guys on Instagram convinced me that I needed to buy elderberry, which sounds literally, somebody messaged me and they were like, it sounds like something from Harry Potter, and I said that's exactly what I was thinking. Elderberry is apparently a thing, and I don't know if it's like a placebo or what, but yesterday when I was taking it, I took it every 3 hours or so, which is how often it says to take it, and I could tell exactly when I needed to take it because I started feeling worse and worse and worse. And they make a syrup, but they also make these tablets, and the tablets are the only thing I could find. They just dissolve in your mouth and they don't taste bad at all. Not that I can taste that much anyway, but they helped a lot. And you know, yesterday I was like, well, I don't know if they're really that awesome, but today I felt really good. And granted, I did get a lot of sleep, but I really feel like that is why, because I never bounce back from a cold this quick. When I have colds, like, I am a baby about it. I know it's terrible, but I'm a baby about it. It lasts forever. My husband, I kind of got him sick a little bit, so he's been popping those elderberries and he feels great. And I don't know if it is like literally a placebo for us right now, but it has been working, and I'm a fan now. I'm on board with the elderberry. I've also been taking, my husband's here waiting for me. We're at Ruby Tuesday. I've been taking these Ricola. They're like honey center cough drops. So you suck on them and they get warm, and then you get to the center and it's like a warm honey center, and that felt really good. But today was a really great day with my kids. I did do the transformation that I had planned yesterday, which was a bakery transformation, and I did it while the kids were at lunch. I moved all the tables, I got the tablecloths out, and I prepped everything, so I'll include pictures just so you could see. But it was really sweet. They came in and they were so excited, and you know, even all day today my kids were awesome. They were being really respectful of the fact that I didn't really have a voice, which my voice is better now. And it really was just so much fun. So the bakery transformation is kind of like us wrapping up our partitioning shapes unit, because in first grade we don't really call it fractions, but basically we take circles and rectangles and we do halves and fourths. And so today they picked a cookie or a cake and they decided who they wanted to share it with, and they decorated it, they partitioned it. It was really fun. So after the bakery was over, and that was during our math time, I had a little bit of extra time because we were on a 2-hour delay today, because we were supposed to get snow and we didn't. I feel like I'm telling you guys so much, but a lot has happened. And so we had a little bit of extra time, and I thought that's just perfect because I'm technically a day behind because I missed yesterday. Yesterday was the day everybody did their wrap up on like fractions, and today was the day most everybody started their time. So we've already taught time to the hour, and now we're teaching time to the half hour. Well, I sent my kids to Centers after the bakery transformation, and I pulled each group back to me and just taught them, not taught them really, we mostly just explored a little bit with time to the half hour, but I pulled every single kid back there with me. So I feel like I used my time really, really well. And yeah, after the bakery transformation, my kids ended up really, really liking the setup, the tables. So they said they want to keep it like that, so we're gonna roll with it for a little while. I feel like they just wanted some change in the classroom, and I am totally okay with that. And an update on the nugget that I told you I won in my last vlog. So excited. The color I want is koala. It's like their gray color, but it's not in stock yet, so I'm not sure when I'm gonna get it, but soon. It is coming to our classroom soon. And that is all I have for this beautiful, sunny, cold Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, it's Thursday, and I skipped vlogging yesterday because we weren't really there. So you guys know Tuesday we had a 2-hour delay, and yesterday, which was Wednesday, I am going to school in the morning and it's snowing. And I was like, what is going on? We weren't called for school or anything. Our little teacher group chat was blowing up, like, are we gonna get out? What is happening? And as I get closer and closer to my school, there's more and more snow. Now, there was not a lot of snow. In the end, it really just ended up being like a dusting of snow, but it was still enough to where I was like, why are we here today? Because the day before on Wednesday, we had a 2-hour delay, but nothing happened, because it's always better to be safe rather than sorry. And today we were kind of sorry. What's that in the sky? It's snow. Where am I? At school. Parents ask me why we're here. I don't know, but I am. I'm here. I'm ready. Let's teach on this snow day. As soon as the announcements came on, they were like, teachers, we'll keep you posted. We're gonna try to figure out a safe way to get everybody home. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so me and my kids snuck outside and took a really, really quick snow picture because we don't get snow that often. It's exciting for us. And yeah, that's all we did yesterday is we took a snow picture and somehow managed to dismiss 1,000+ kids home. It's always hard in those situations because as a teacher, you know, you don't want to be the person who's like, hey, I just want to make sure you knew that so-and-so needs to be picked up. And one of my kids ended up having to walk because there was like a transportation issue. Someone came and got him, but he still had to walk in that weather, and I just hated it. But you know, I think for the most part I went pretty smooth. It was kind of fun because it was something different and out of the ordinary, you know, and we were just kind of all huddled in one room towards the end, and it was just like fun. It felt like the end of the year. I don't know. It did throw off everything for this week for me because, like I said, out Monday, Tuesday was a 2-hour delay, and yesterday we didn't do anything because we were there for an hour trying to get dismissed, and today is an early dismissal day, and then tomorrow's Friday. Like, where did my week go? I don't know. But it's so funny because yesterday my kids were like, can we just read? And I was like, yes, you can. And I had students like begging me to give them work. And I was like, I don't have anything for you. Like, you're going to be leaving in 5 minutes. After school, I also finally got myself a new car with my husband's help. And it's not a new car. It's like a new to me car. It's a Honda Civic. And I just feel like so cool driving it. It's got a sunroof, it's got heated leather seats. Like, I am excited. So I will let you guys know how this early dismissal day goes. I do have my observation in the morning. I know after all this week, I still get observed tomorrow, so I will keep you posted. So it is Thursday. It doesn't feel like a Thursday at all. It feels like a Friday. I can't show you my shirt because it says my school name on it, so we're just gonna be really close. But today was a wild day. Oh, did you notice? I'm in my new car. So today was an early dismissal day. By the way, I'm feeling really, really good. My cold is like gone. I just have some drainage. I don't know if you guys care, but I got over it really quickly, and I do think it's because of that elderberry stuff. But today was an early dismissal day, so we didn't really do a whole bunch. We talked about time, time to the half hour. Basically, that's all we did. We didn't have time for anything else. Early dismissal days are just wild. My kids are loving the new seating arrangement that we have, and it feels just more open and it feels really, really good. Tomorrow morning I have my pre-conference with the principal, who is doing my observation this time. Before it was the assistant principal, and this time it's going to be in math. So I have to do my lesson plan tonight. I know, in a perfect world I would have already had my lesson plan done, everything planned out perfectly, but this week has just been crazy and I just didn't. So I'm going to write an amazing lesson plan tonight. My kids are going to be awesome tomorrow. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know how I'm gonna fit it all in. We have a lot going on tomorrow. But yeah, right now I just feel like there's a million things to do and not enough time to get it done, but everything that needs to get done will get done. I will be okay. We started decorating our hallway for our fairy tale unit that's coming up. We're doing a lot of fairy tales and we're focusing on like character setting, plot, those kind of things. And so we decided as a team that we were going to do something fun for our kids and kind of transform our hallway a little bit. So mine is coming together, but it looks a little rough right now. My kids are going to come in tomorrow and be so confused because we don't start it till Monday, but I have like half of my decorations up, so it's okay. I'm probably going to be here Sunday too. But I think that's all I have for today. Oh, I did try that medicine ball from Starbucks. Not really my favorite thing. If you like tea, you'll love it. It's not just tea. I think it has like lemonade or something in it too that's like hot. But to me it's just okay. I ordered a grande in case I really liked it. I didn't even drink half of it. Yeah, so that's my opinion on it. It's not fantastic, but if you like tea, you'll probably love it. But that being said, I will see you guys on Friday. It's Friday evening. It's 6:55. I just got home, not because I was at school so late, but because I was at school and then I went out to eat with my husband. Here is Tesla. Hey Tesla. And in case you were wondering what it is like to be a dog owner, I'll show you. Yeah, she's guilty because she had a ball. Yeah, she got a roll of paper towels. It's like her favorite thing to do is to tear up paper towels. Isn't it, Tesla? So guilty. So I think I'll just start, I can start with this. My kids were so excited about this. It's just a little, I'll just take it off and put you down. Oh, not a good angle. So today we did our end of unit task, and somebody on my team came up with the idea to do like a camping themed culminating task, and it was all about light for the past 2 weeks, even though this past week was kind of a complete dud. But I designed the culminating task and these little badges for each of the, my hair's on it, you probably can't tell, but there we go. So each teacher had like camp and then their last name, and my kids were so excited to get this. They knew what like camping patches and badges and things like that were, but my kids also watch my YouTube channel, and I miss calls campers. You know that because you're here and you're watching. But my kids were so excited because I actually got my campers. It was fun. We just did something pretty simple. I was gonna do a big transformation, and if you watched my vlog last week, you know I talked about doing a camping transformation along with a zookeeping transformation. The camping transformation did not happen because I don't know, I was exhausted, and yesterday after school I ended up having to go back to school and get my laptop at like 8 o'clock at night because my lesson plan wasn't typed up and I had to finish creating some of the resources for my observation today that I did. So long story short, I was just tired. For some reason early dismissal days wear me out. Maybe it's because we had like a bunch of meetings after school, but I was tired. So I said I'm not gonna do a camping thing. So today, if you've seen my vlogs before, you know I have like a little camping fireplace that's in my library. It's just like a little ceramic fireplace that I got from from Target Dollar Spot. I put that in the middle of my leaf rug. I threw in a campfire. I gave them all little flashlights, and we just did our culminating task in a big circle, and they thought it was so much fun. So yeah, that's all we did for that. So my observation today was in math in the afternoon. I think I mentioned in a previous vlog or video or something that I had like 8 observations. Y'all, that is not right. I had no idea what I was talking about. I thought that I did, but I don't. I have an announced observation, I already did that, an unannounced, I already did that, and then another announced, which was today, and then I have another unannounced, which is who knows when. So it's just 4, and I did the third one today in February. It's a Friday, by the way. Did I say it was Friday? It's Friday. I was not as nervous this time around, and in a previous vlog I mentioned our coaching cycle that we have to do. So before we actually get observed by like our principal or the assistant principal, we have a coach for our grade level that will kind of watch a lesson and give us feedback, and I did really well with her in the room, and I wasn't as nervous at all. I think I mentioned that I was like more confident, more, you know, in my skin in the classroom. And so right before an observation, like, you get those nerves, you get those butterflies, and I was actually preparing things during our hour planning time that we got today, because the kids had some kind of special show or something. I don't know, there's not a normal day this week, it's all been strange, but one of my team teachers, who is right next door to my classroom, she was helping me, thank goodness, and we got everything, you know, sorted out and ready. And I got kind of nervous the closer it got, but I kept reminding myself, like, I do not have to be perfect. I do not have to make sure I do this, and this exactly right. Like, it will be okay. I know I'm doing the best job that I can with my kids, and I'm working really hard in the classroom with them. So no matter what the observation reflects, no matter, you know, the kids' behavior and none of that, I know that I'm doing the best I can for these kids, and the only thing this is going to do is help me. So I tried to ease myself just a little bit. Hello? What was I saying? I don't know. I was just trying to ease myself, calm myself down, and just remind myself that I'm doing a good job in the classroom no matter what happens. So I guess I can talk to you guys about how the lesson actually went and what we were doing. So we have been studying time to the half hour specifically. I did a little bit of time with them before. I don't even know how long it was, probably like 3 or 4 days, something like that. And it was time to the hour. And then this week it's just been crazy. Like Monday I was out, my face is itchy. Monday, oh, my glasses are crooked. I'm having a hard time right now. Monday I was out, Tuesday was a 2-hour delay, and so I tried to pull all my kids, well I did pull all my kids in small groups, and a lot of them were mixing up like the hour hand and the minute hand and things like that. And so I decided I would try to come up with something, some kind of way to help them with that. So after school that day I started writing a little song, because I think that teaching kids concepts through music really helps them hold on to ideas, especially if you pair it with some kind of body movement, things like that. So anytime I have something that might be a little bit difficult for my students, I'll try to make it into a song. So this song I wrote to the tune of Drake's In My Feelings. So it goes, Kiki, what's the time now? Do you know how to read the clock? The shorthand tells the hour, and the longhand tells the minutes. Let me tell you how to read the clock. Yeah, shorthand tells the hour. Minute hand moves a little faster. At the top, that's 0 minutes. At the bottom, that's 30 minutes. Keep KB, what's the time now? Anyways, let me just do it twice. We do the Kiki and the KB, and those last couple of lines where it's like, at the top that's 0 minutes, at the bottom that's 30 minutes. That doesn't quite go with the song, but it like works for us. My kids love learning new songs. It really gets them into it, it gets them up, it connects concepts to their bodies, and it gives me little sentence stems to give them if they're stuck, like if they don't know where the hour hand or the minute hand should go, they're not sure like where the 0 minutes is or where 30 minutes is. I can just say at the top that's, and they'll think 0 minutes, like it'll just play in their head, which is why I really like doing things like that. So that's kind of one of my little styles of teaching that I really enjoy. So I taught it to them on Thursday, because Wednesday was the day that we were only there for an hour, and they really liked it. And I did have some kids absent, so this morning I showed them the song, and my class taught the students who were absent. Hello? I switch back and forth between my Apple Watch and my Yode watch, that wooden watch that I showed and did a giveaway for on my channel. It seems like forever ago now, but now when I wear my Apple Watch and I get notifications, I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh my, which I have to tell you about a little bit later. Anyway, so my kids taught the kids who were absent yesterday our song and our dance. That way, when we did it today, everybody could participate. And so the time rolls around for my observation. I need water. The time rolls around for my observation and my principal comes in and, you know, she just has a seat in the back. The only thing I don't like about the observation aspect is the fact that you have to see them out of the corner of your eye, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of learning to just ignore them and just focus on the 20 bodies sitting in front of me. But there's moments where like you like catch the eye of them and you're like, oh my gosh, is this going well, is this not going well, and it kind of throws you off for a minute. So I try not to make eye contact. I try to just ignore people when they're in my room. I tell my kids to like just keep doing your thing, like ignore them, we're fine. And also a trick I learned from my team, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure someone on my team told me, but it's to tell the kids that they are there to watch them instead of them being there to watch you, which they're doing a little bit of both, I guess. But I always tell my kids, I'm like, they're coming in here because they heard how awesome you are, or something like that, and we're gonna show them that we're the best class in first grade, you know, just things that'll kind of like boost their confidence. I did try one time not to tell my kids that someone was coming, and it was interesting. So if I can, I will try to give my kids a heads up and just say, hey, someone might be coming to our room. That way it's not a surprise to them and they know what to do. But she comes in, and keep in mind, like, at this point, I've already talked to her about my lesson. We have a pre-conference before the lesson actually begins. We had it this morning. And we just talked about, you know, things that I was doing, things that the kids would be doing, how I would know that the kids were learning. And basically in the pre-conference, we just talk about some things to expect. And she asked like things that I wanted to improve on, and I was like, I don't have anything specific. I wish I did. I should have thought of that beforehand, but I didn't. I just said everything, like anything you want to give me feedback on, because I just couldn't think of anything in the moment because I didn't prepare in that way. Next time I know that I will do that. But she did mention that the task that I was going to have them do on their own was a little bit, not that it was difficult for them, but it's time, and time is really hard for 6 and 7 year olds. And in my task, they actually were having to draw the hands on the clock, and she was like, that's really difficult for them. And I was like, yeah, but I'm trying really hard and we'll see how they do. I'm not sure how they're gonna do, but if, you know, things go not so well, we are going to finish things up on Monday. Like, I still have Monday as part of this time unit. So she's there, we're doing our thing, and we get to the independent task. And it takes a little bit longer than I want it to, which I had kind of expected, because it's something that we, you know, we haven't done this before. They basically had to be a zookeeper. It's a resource by Miss Giraffe. I'll link it if I can find it. But they had to be a zookeeper, and they had to follow their zookeeper schedule. And I took her resource and I differentiated it for like a low, an on level, and like an above level group. All my kids had schedule cards that were appropriate for them, both in like the amount of cards they had and the level of difficulty of the times. So basically they put the times in order on their little schedule cards, and then when I gave them the okay, they could go ahead and put it Tesla. Aww. They could go ahead and put it in their little zookeeper booklet, and they basically just had to write the time, and then they had to draw the hands on the clock. And it was mixed hour into the half hour. So for example, it would be like 8 a.m., 8:30, 9 a.m., 10:30. There were a couple of things that threw my kids off a little bit, because I think some of them were expecting it to go 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, but it didn't. It was kind of like jumping around. And my kids also had a little bit more trouble with AM and PM than I originally anticipated, because we had already done, you know, day and night before, so I didn't think AM and PM would be something that they struggled with. But in my whole group lesson, I was like, we need a little bit more practice with AM and PM, I guess, because they were just flip-flopping them, and that's okay. But the independent practice took a little bit longer than I expected it to. But actually, surprisingly, a lot of my kids did finish or were very close to finishing. So I had them put that up. We went to Centers and I pulled a couple of small groups. I was feeling a little bit rushed when it came to my math small groups, even though I don't do long math small groups anyway. They're usually less than 10 minutes because I just try to get in, get out, get a little bit of practice in, and move on. And then we, you know, came back together after Centers to talk about time one more time. And my exit task was y'all, I'm so sorry. I am going to make my PowerPoint video. I say it every single week. I know. I know it's gonna help so many of you, and I know you've been dying to see it. It is on my list, I promise. But for my math, I do an exit task that is projected on my board, and we call it the oh yeah. And the reason why we call it that is so they can kind of evaluate themselves on whether or not they feel confident in their answer, or if they're not really sure. So if they feel confident, they'll put it on the oh yeah side, and if they're not really sure, they'll put it on the side. And so the question was, I'll use fake names. Maylene said it was 4 o'clock. John said it was 5 o'clock. Who was right? And it was actually 4:30, but during whole group we had talked about you know, yesterday and today, if the hour hand is between two numbers, it always goes to the smaller number. So if it's between the 4 and the 5, it's 4 o'clock, because it hasn't got to the 5 o'clock mark yet, which my kids actually did awesome with. Like, I don't know if it's just the way, I don't know, they just really understood that concept. But in the question, I said Maylene said it was 4, John said it was 5 o'clock, and I had the hour hand between the 4 and the 5, but the minute hand was on the 6. So it was actually 4:30. And a lot of them got tripped up and they said, oh, so-and-so is right because it's 4 o'clock. The hour hand's not on the 5 yet. And I called on one of my little boys and I had no idea what he was gonna say, but luckily it worked out perfectly because he got up there. I said, who do you think is right? And we'll just say he said Maylene. And he looked at it and he, up close at the clock, he realized that the minute hand was on the 6. So in front of the entire class, you could see like the wheels turning in his head, and he just got really shy. And he was like, I made a mistake, which we talk about mistake culture in my class. I mention that all the time in my vlogs, but it's okay to make mistakes. And I was like, okay, so tell me what you're thinking now. And he said, something along the lines of both of them were wrong because it was actually 4:30. And the entire class was like, oh, because I do try to trick them a little bit, not to be mean, but just to keep them thinking. I don't want to keep giving them things that they're expecting. I want to keep them thinking. So my exit tasks are always just a little bit hard, and it's okay that, you know, they're always confident and they're quick, but I want them to learn to think. That's like the 3rd time he's called. Okay, hold on. I just threw my husband down my car keys from the balcony on the 3rd floor and he caught it just like that. I'm a good thrower, right? Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying. I think I was talking about the exit task. And yeah, I just like to get my kids thinking. So after, you know, my math is complete, after that, it's like an hour and a couple minutes, my principal takes all of the little booklets they did. She takes all the Post-it notes, because I had a kid collect the Post-it notes and put them on my desk so I could actually go through and look at them all. She takes all of their booklets, all of the Post-it notes, and says, I'll put these in your box after school. And I was like, okay. Y'all, I have no idea. Like, I was walking around when they were doing the booklets and trying to help kids, but you know, when you're getting observed, it's just a big blur. And there were so many kids to help. A lot of them were, you know, I might not even have seen them, and I was really nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, what is she gonna see? I wanted to at least have seen it first before she did so I could prepare myself. And I go and I pick up the booklets after school. Every single kid, except one student who on one of his clocks put 12 instead of 30. It's okay. And then one little girl who is in tears. Every other student got it. Almost every single question 100% correct, and I felt incredible. Like, I was super nervous because during our whole group there were a lot of things that I was having to address for them on the spot, and I was trying really hard to set them up for success before we did the activity. But I was just nervous because it's not something that I had done before. I felt like I was rushing them just a little bit, but they were engaged the whole time. They were into it, and when I saw all of those, I was flipping through. I was like, okay, they got it. Okay, they got it. 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 I was like, oh my gosh, every kid got it. Like, I nailed this. And I don't want to take the credit for them. I'm really proud of my kids. So my observation went well today, and my husband has been working so hard on my brand new car and making sure everything is all in order. So it's just, I feel really good right now. I will definitely catch up with you either tomorrow or Sunday, but I'll see you soon, guys. Morning, it is Sunday. Oh shoot, I'm not wearing my watch. I don't even know what time it is. It is 10:30. Oh man, I wanted to leave at 10, shoot. Well, I'm on my way to my classroom. There's a couple of things that I need to do there. Today, I basically want to finish decorating my portion of the hallway for our fairy tale unit that is coming up, and just do a couple of little random things. So I will see you soon. I'm at the school and it is now 12 o'clock. No, it did not take me an hour and a half to get to school. I locked myself out of my room. Why? Because I didn't put my lanyard around my neck, and I went into the hallway to see if the butcher paper I left out in the hallway so that I could get to it for today was still there, because normally it's locked in a room, and I was like, well, I'm gonna come over the weekend, I'm gonna use it, so I need to put it in the hallway so it doesn't get locked away. My door shut behind me, and I literally almost started crying. Didn't know what to do. My classroom keys in the classroom, my cell phone in the classroom, my car keys in the classroom. Luckily, my team leader was here. So I go to her room, avoid freaking out, tell her what I did, and we were able to get a hold of our amazing custodian who literally came right to us and opened my room for me. I feel terrible. He didn't have to come up here, but he did because he is just so nice, and I don't know what I would have done, but I can't believe I did that. We got my keys going around my neck. We will not have this issue again. I refuse. It will not happen again. So I am leaving my classroom. I basically just finished my enchanted fairy tale door, so I'll show you what that looks like right now. It's supposed to be like the entrance to like a little fairy hutch kind of thing. I don't know. I want to put little fairies in the little window that's peeking through, but that's pretty much all I did. I have a couple more things to do when I get home, but nothing too big, and I do have to go to the store. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you are not subscribed already, make sure you click that red subscribe button below and hit that notification bell, because next week I have some big updates for you guys. And because you stuck to the end of this video, I want to let you guys know that I am doing a really big Instagram giveaway. So head over to my Instagram account so you can enter. I am giving away not 1, not 2, but 3 of my favorite teaching bag for you guys. I am so excited to be able to do this for you. So head on over to my Instagram, make sure you're following me on there, and good luck.